Okay, so Notre Dame's win total this year is 11 and a half. That's an insane number to clear. Let's break down whether Notre Dame can clear that 11 and a half. Welcome back to 3rd and 23. I'm your host, Alex, here to bring you another off-season video. This video, we're going to talk about Notre Dame. We're going to preview Notre Dame. We're going to preview this 11 and a half number to see if Notre Dame has an opportunity to hit the over or if it's an under. So let's go ahead and get into it. Starting things off, let's take a look at the Notre Dame roster. So, it's a quick breakdown for you. Offensively, you guys know CJ Carr's back. He's one of the Heisman front runners. He started off last year as a freshman. He got better and better as the season wore on to where he was lighting things up for Notre Dame towards the back half of the season. And I think he's got the best wide receiving core that Notre Dame has had since you can probably go back to the Golden Tate, Michael Floyd days. You got Jaden Greathouse back, Faison back. They got two highly regarded wide receivers from Ohio State that transferred in. They didn't really see too much of the field at Ohio State. But as you know, the Buckeyes, they always got 5-star after 5-star, so they didn't really want to wait their turn. They come to Notre Dame. I think they're going to be thrown right into the fire with Faison and Greathouse and give CJ Carr a great wide receiving core. Running back, that's the issue. You lose two guys to the NFL, first-round draft picks to the NFL. You got Aeneas Williams back, third string last year. We saw him 2 years ago. He looked good in spots when he finally got the rock. I think he can play, but the question is depth behind him. Outside of that, though, I think this Notre Dame offense is going to rock. Defensively, I think this is one of the best defenses in the country. The D-line is deep. Bring back most of their players from the defensive line. The entire linebacking core returns from a year ago. I'm expecting this to be one of the best units in the country. Leonard Moore leads the defense overall, but definitely leads the secondary at corner. Best corner in America, probably going to be a top 10 pick. And his running mate, Christian Gray, he gets picked on, quote unquote, picked on out there because they're trying to avoid Leonard Moore. He more than holds his own. He's a great corner in his own right. I think he's also an NFL draft pick. So great corners and experienced safeties to deal with on the back end. So I think this is a deep secondary. They add DJ McKinney from Colorado. That was Colorado's top corner last year. He comes in just to be a death piece, really, for Notre Dame. So this is a deep secondary. It's a deep defense. I think probably could be the best defense in the country. So Notre Dame, roster-wise, looks stacked. Same coaching staff coming back as well. Now we look at the schedule. When you got an 11 and a half, a big deal is going to be the schedule, right? So you got 9 opponents here that are ranked 42nd or worse in FPI, right? Football Power Index. So really, to me, I know you got SMU in there, but really to me, it's a 2-game season. You got at BYU mid-season game in Provo. By the way, that is a 10.5 point spread as of now. I don't know if that's going to be a night game, so that's going to be important. Because a night game in Provo mid-season, you guys who follow college football, you know that's going to be a difficult test for Notre Dame. And then 2 games after that, you have Miami, obviously preseason top 10 team. The rematch from last year in the opener. This time, though, they get them in South Bend. They get them in November. That's going to be a tough game for Miami to win. It's going to be a tough game for Notre Dame to win. So it's going to be a matchup of probably top 10 teams. It's going to be a great game. But these are the 2 opponents that I think can really derail Notre Dame's season in terms of that 11.5 number. And remember, they only got to lose once. So is Notre Dame going to go 12-0 against this schedule? Or does Notre Dame go 11-1 against this schedule? So, moving on past the schedule, let's take a look at history. So, if you look at the 11.5 number, you don't see 11.5 too often, right? So I went back to 2021 to now. How many teams have had an 11.5 over/under win total in the preseason? And it's been 5. How many teams have covered at 11.5, so went 12-0? 1. So only 20% of the teams covered at 11.5. You look at, if you want to go off of what ESPN is saying, you look at the FPI, 32.7% are the odds for Notre Dame to run the table to go 12-0. So if you want to believe in the FPI, even the FBI believes the odds aren't great for Notre Dame to go 12-0 despite this soft schedule, right? You got a couple landmines in there that could derail that. History isn't on their side, with only 1 team having done it since 2021. And then finally, Marcus Freeman. Marcus Freeman, I think, is a great coach. Obviously, his record speaks for itself. He was in a national title game 2 years ago. I thought they should have been in the playoff last year. But still, he's had a great tenure as a Notre Dame head coach. But he's get some bad losses sometimes. He's got 3 bad losses in his 3 years at Notre Dame. He's lost to, in fact, I think they're all at home. Marshall, they might not have been all of them, but Marshall, Stanford, and Northern Illinois. He lost. Those are 3 bad football teams that he lost to in his time at Notre Dame. So even though I highlighted the 2 games that are the landmines, sometimes you never really know, right? One of these bad teams that pop up on the schedule that I didn't even really discuss might be the team to get Notre Dame and knock off this 11.5. So ultimately, what do I think is going to happen? At 11.5, look, I think Notre Dame has a great roster. I think they got a great staff. I think Notre Dame is headed to the college football playoff, but I think Notre Dame is going 11-1. It's a soft schedule outside of those 2 games. I really just hate that mid-season trip to Provo, especially if they make it a night game. That place is going to be rocking. BYU has a very good team this season. They're going to be one of the top contenders in the Big 12. That's just a scary, scary game. I don't know if Notre Dame can come out of Provo with the W. If they do, you got Miami 2 weeks later. Potentially lose that game at home. I don't think they're going to lose to Miami 2 years in a row, though, especially at home in November in South Bend. But that BYU night game, it's just enough landmines for me not to take the over. I would take the under 11.5 in this, but again, I do believe Notre Dame is going to the playoffs, so no shade to them. I think they should have a very strong year. So anyways, this was just another quick off-season video. Quick recap of Notre Dame's roster, their schedule, and whether or not I think that 11.5 win total is live. If you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. We are almost at my weekly predictions for college football. We're about a month away from the college football season. We're going to see how I, and if you guys tell me, how we all do this upcoming season. So again, if you like the content, please like and subscribe, and take care.
Ooh, why always me? Ooh, like I'm Balotelli. Ooh, why always me? Ooh, like I'm Balotelli.